Welcome, class. So today we're talking about place value up to 1,000. So we're really looking at 3-digit numbers, and in those 3-digit numbers, obviously you have 3 digits. So we're looking at the hundreds place, the tens place, and the ones place. And to help us along with visualizing that and be able to see it, we have some manipulatives here, very much like the blocks that you'll use in class. We have our ones blocks here, okay? So our ones blocks here. We have our tens blocks here, okay? Notice there are 10 blocks. Now, when you see these in real life, not on the paper, the ones blocks, 10 of these will line up to one of these tens blocks. And then we have our hundreds blocks over here. And same as with the tens blocks and the ones blocks. This is just to show you more of the detail, I guess, of that. But there really are 100 cubes there, all attached and put together. So we're going to use these to look at place value. So we'll start with the hundreds. We'll look at the hundreds. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have 4 hundreds blocks. So here we're going to put the number 4. Okay. We're also going to count the tens blocks 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to put the number 3 here because we have 3 tens blocks. And then we have 2 ones blocks. So we're going to put in the 2 ones, or the 2 for the ones. Now, when we look at the actual value of these numbers, yeah, we have a number 4 right here, but remember, it's 4 hundreds. If we were to count up all of these things right here, you would have 100 here, you would have 100 here, 100 here, and 100 here. So the value of 4 hundreds is 400. Okay, bear with me in my writing on this. It's a little bit difficult. Anyway, the same goes for the tens. Yes, we have the number 3 here, but it's 3 tens. So this is 10, this is 10, this is 10. So you have put your 3 there, and then since it's the 10 spot, you have only 1 0. So 3 tens is actually 30. The ones is the same because it's the ones. So you're going to put the 2 here. All right. Now, this is the 1 spot. Here with the tens, this is the 3 is in the 10 spot, and then we have a 0 here. So we can just put that 2 right into that 0. Then we can take this 3 and which will be a 2 and put it right into the tens spot and the 1 spot in the 400. So our answer for 400s plus 3 tens plus 2 ones is 432. All right. And we would do the same thing for the next one. The thing that you have to understand is that always, the very first number on the right, okay? If there's no decimal, we're not talking about decimals yet. These are just whole numbers. When we're talking about whole numbers, okay, I'm going to use my nifty little pen here. When we're talking about whole numbers, the number the furthest to the right, okay, is always your ones spot, okay? And it occupies just one place, all right? The number in 1 spot over from the ones is always the tens spot, okay? And the number 1 more over is always the hundred spot. Now, you can continue going over and over and over to the end of eternity, and there's going to be more numbers that follow. So on the other side of the 100 spot is going to be the thousands, then the 10,000s, then the 100,000s. You just keep going on and on. But right now, all we're talking about is up to 1,000. Okay, so really 3-digit numbers is all we're talking about. When we go down, let's look at the next one. Okay, just to give you a little more practice. Again, we're going to look here. I'm going to use this pen this time. It's a little bit easier to use. So we look at our hundreds. Okay, these big blocks here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in our little 100 spot over here, we're going to write the number 5. And then we're going to look at our tens blocks now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to put the number 9. Let me ask you something real quick before we move on to the next one. What if we have 10 of these blocks? What do we really have? We really have another 100. So instead of having 10 blocks here, we'll just make another 100 block, and this would be 6. Okay, does that make sense? All right. The ones, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So our number is 6 here. Okay, so the easiest one to move down here is the number 6. Since it stays the same, it's just the number 6. All right. The second number over from the right is our 10 spot. Okay, so with our 10s, we take our number 9, and since it's in the 10 spot, we add a 0. We put a 0 on the end. It's 90 now. 9 tens is 90. Hundreds, we take our little 5 here, we write it here, and then since it's in the 100 spot, 100 has 2 zeros, right? So we're going to put in our 2 zeros, our 2 placeholders here for our hundreds. Now, we have 500 plus 90 plus 6. So, the 0 here is the 1 spot. The 0 here is the 1 spot. The 0 here is the 10 spot. Here's the 10 spot. Here's the 1 spot. We're going to move this 6 into here. And then we're going to move the 90, which will now be a 6, into these spots here. Okay, so we have 596, and that is our answer, ladies and gentlemen. 596.